Have you ever wondered what truly contributes to the global economy? The book, The Value of Everything, Making and Taking in the Global Economy by Mariana Mazzucato, challenges us to do just that. Mazzucato, an esteemed economist, shakes the very foundations of our understanding of value. She implores us to rethink how we define value and what we consider valuable work. It's not just about the goods we produce or the services we provide, it's about the wealth we create and the growth we foster. But here's where it gets interesting. Mazzucato suggests that our current perception of value is skewed. It's not just about financial gain or profit margins. There's more to the picture, more facets to the diamond that is our global economy. So we're left with a thought-provoking question. So, how does Mazzucato suggest we redefine value in the global economy? Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this riveting narrative. In the world of economics, there are makers and takers, but who are they actually? In the labyrinth that is our global economy, Mariana Mazzucato identifies two distinct entities: the makers, those who create value, and the takers, those who extract it. The makers are the innovators, the entrepreneurs, the researchers, the educators, those who contribute positively to society. They are the ones who roll up their sleeves and delve into the complex challenges, developing solutions that drive our economy forward. Their work, their passion, their creativity, these are the fuel that powers our progress. On the other side of the spectrum, we have the takers. Now, the takers aren't necessarily villains twirling their moustaches, far from it. They are simply those who, in the grand scheme of things, extract more value from the economy than they create. According to Mazzucato, our financial sector has increasingly become a hub for these takers. In the past, banks and financial institutions were integral to the growth and development of our economy. They provided the capital needed for the makers to make. But over time, the financial sector has shifted its focus. Rather than fueling the engine of growth, it started to benefit disproportionately from it. In essence, it started to take more than it made. Mazzucato argues that this shift has had a detrimental effect on our economy. It has led to a misalignment of incentives and a distortion of what we perceive as valuable. We've started to reward those who take, rather than those who make. But this is not a call for anarchy against the takers. It's a call for reflection, for reconsideration. It's a call to recognize and reward the true value creators in our society. It's a call to recalibrate our economy to ensure that it serves us all, not just the privileged few. But how does Mazzucato suggest we shift the balance back towards value creation? Tune in to the next scene to find out. The balance between value creation and extraction is off-kilter, but there are ways to rectify it. According to Mariana Mazzucato, the solution lies in a fundamental shift in our economic focus. We've spent the last few moments discussing the makers and the takers, but now it's time to delve into how we can tip the scales back in favor of the creators. Mazzucato suggests a two-pronged approach, with a heavy emphasis on innovation and sustainable development. Firstly, innovation. Mazzucato posits that our economy must become more forward-thinking, more inventive. She suggests that we need to invest in new technologies, new industries, and new ideas, instead of relying on the extraction of existing value. But here's the twist. Mazzucato doesn't believe this innovation should be left solely to the private sector. Instead, she argues for a significant role for governments and public institutions in driving this innovation. She sees these entities not just as regulators, but as active participants in the value creation process. This brings us to the second part of her solution: sustainable development. Mazzucato argues that we can't just create value for the sake of it. We need to ensure that our development is sustainable, that we're not just creating short-term gains at the expense of long-term prosperity. This, she says, is another area where governments and public institutions have a critical role to play. They can set the agenda, invest in green technologies, and ensure that our economic growth doesn't come at the expense of our planet. So, to sum up, Mazzucato's solution to rebalancing our economy involves a renewed focus on innovation and sustainable development, with governments and public institutions playing a key role in driving these changes. It's a bold vision, but one that she believes could lead to a more equitable and sustainable economy. Now that we understand the problem and potential solutions, let's see how this theory applies in real-world scenarios. Theory is all well and good, but how does it apply to the real world? Well, Mazzucato doesn't leave us hanging. She presents compelling case studies to illustrate her points, driving home the practical implications of her theories. Let's take a closer look. One of Mazzucato's most powerful examples is the internet. Now, we think of the internet as a product of private enterprise, don't we? But actually, it's a product of sustained strategic public investment. The groundwork for the internet was laid by state-funded research initiatives. And what about GPS? Again, it's a technological marvel born from state efforts. These examples aren't just about technology. They're about the role of the state in driving innovation. They're about how public investments have often been the bedrock of cutting-edge advancements that private firms later capitalize on. Yet these public efforts are often overlooked or undervalued in our economic narratives. Mazzucato's case studies shine a spotlight on this issue. They underscore the need for a re-evaluation of how we understand and measure value. They remind us that it's not just about the end product that generates profits. It's about the collective efforts, the risks taken, the investments made. It's about recognizing the role of the state, not just as a regulator, but as a bold, risk-taking investor and innovator. This shift in perspective challenges our traditional notions of value creation and wealth generation. So, as we've seen, Mazzucato's arguments challenge our traditional understanding of value and wealth creation. So, what have we learned about the value of everything? We've delved into the urgent need to redefine what we consider as value, distinguishing between those who create genuine value and those who merely extract it. We've explored the key role of public institutions in fostering value creation. Mariana Mazzucato's insights are a clarion call, a call to action. Mariana Mazzucato invites us all to rethink what we consider valuable, and in doing so, perhaps we can reshape our economy for the better.